Okay, I think it's recording.
Okay, hi. Welcome back to Arctic Metro. It's been like almost 6 months since I recorded anything, and my last videos were on my 996. So as you saw in the February videos, we actually have two 911s. So we have a 2002 Carrera 4 Cabriolet, which is the 996, and then we have a 997. This is a 2007 911 Turbo. So I tried to find a quiet place to record that would be pretty and outside, and the park is super busy today, so I'm just gonna be awkward. Okay, so this is the 997 Turbo. This is the first year that the 997 Turbo was made. So 2007. 997s go from, so that was the fan to cool off the engine, and it comes on after after you drive it spiritedly for a little bit. 997 started in 2005 with the base Carrera, and then you go until the dot ones go until 2009, where you kind of have like they call it a 1.5. So it still has the Metzger engine in the turbo, but then it's the dot 2 for a lot of other things. And then for the turbo, we have the 2007 was the first year, and then the dot ones go from 2007 to 2008. So they have a 3.6 liter flat six in the rear, which is the famous Metzger engine. The 2009 was the last year that they had the Metzger engines in the turbos. And then it produces, let's see, 480 horsepower. Redline is 6750. I think peak horsepower is around 6,000. And then torque, which is what the turbo is crazy for, is it's 460. And that you get, torque comes on at like 1900 all the way up until about 5,000. This one is equipped with Sport Chrono, which I'll talk about in a second more on the inside, but Sport Chrono is, not all turbos have it, and it's basically an overboost function. So this one's equipped with PASM, or the ride height management, and then it has to do with like suspension adjustment, and then it also has the Sport Chrono overboost function. So when you press this button, it doesn't change the horsepower. You still have 480 horsepower. I don't know if you can see me. You still have 480 horsepower, but your torque goes from 460 to 505. The overboost function is kind of a finicky thing, though. You kind of have to be in kind of a lower RPM to actually have it work. So it usually works between 2,000 and 4,000 RPM. A little arrow will light up when it's working, and you'll feel it because it feels like there's another rocket on top of your rocket ship, and it just blasts you forward. So it's really fun, but kind of scary. Let's see, what else can I tell you? So 3.6 liter flat six twin turbo in the back, which I'll show you later. It's beautiful. And then it weighs 3,500 pounds. So still light for an all-wheel drive car. It is all-wheel drive. You have two 35s in the front. They're 19. I think these are 20s actually. Maybe they're 19s. I should know that. So you have two 35s in the front and 305s in the rear. So the rear tires are just massive. Lots and lots of grip, and lots of grip and all-wheel drive to push you through, pull you out of corners. So it's really fun to drive fast. It's also great in the snow. So we drive this one in the snow. Obviously I drive it on dirt. I try not to do that, but it can. And what else can I tell you? We talked about the engine, the tires. I have grass in the rear. So just kind of a recap on 911s, the basics. The engine's in the rear. You have the trunk in the front. For all-wheel drive systems, all-wheel drive cars, you're going to have less of a front space or a front trunk space. So there's not a whole lot of storage space, especially in an all-wheel drive coupe. like this turbo. This one also has a sunroof. This one was fully loaded. It's a 2007, and it has, I think it has every single option you could get besides the carbon ceramic brakes. So it has the Sport Chrono PASM carbon fiber package, interior carbon fiber package, which is beautiful. And I'll talk about that when we get inside. And then the sunroof, the turbo sport wheels, and some other things. What else do I want to tell you? That's all I can think of, so let's go look at it. Okay, so 6 piston brakes in the front, 4 piston in the rear, and just freaking huge tires. Huge tires. So dirty. Oh my gosh. These are what the intake's what the turbo's famous for. Helps keep the engine cool and everything. Let's see, it's got a front lip spoiler that's a little beat up. But that's what it's for. Those are easily replaceable. So this is the front trunk space, and really like the only storage space you're gonna get in an all-wheel drive 911. We've got the disc changer, and then this one also has nav. And you can't really see much. They really started covering things up in the 997. Oh, also this beautiful, the famous turbo spoiler. I love it. This is really hard to do with one hand. It's kind of heavy. Okay. So this is just beautiful. So the variable turbine geometry, your turbos. Can't see a whole lot in here, but this is more than you can see in modern 911s. So you can't, like the 996, I feel like you can see everything. This one, not so much, but it's so beautiful. Oh look, I have dirt and leaves in here. So there is where the magic happens. You can see where the air comes. It's cool. All right. The spoiler will raise at 74 miles an hour, and it's just kind of cute. It just comes up like maybe a ½ inch or an inch. Okay. So, interior, hopefully you can see this. I hope it's not too dark. I can open up the sunroof. Alright. So, where's the sunroof? Okay. I don't open it very often. Oh yeah, Alcantara headliner. It's gorgeous. Okay, that gives us a little more light. So, this one has bows as well, which is also an option. So here you can see the carbon fiber. It's everywhere. This carbon fiber is known for yellowing. So it yellows after time, which a lot of people complain about. I actually like it. I think it gives it character. And it's really pretty in the sunlight. It's just because this car is black on black, so black leather. This is the full leather also, and the fans are already still cooling down the engine. That's funny. Full leather package, so leather dash, Alcantara headliner, and then this carbon fiber package, so you kind of have carbon fiber throughout. And like I said, it does yellow. I haven't cleaned the interior, so you're getting like an uncut view of all of this. I love the shifter. It's so pretty. It feels really good in your hands. So dirty. Dust. I drive with the windows down a lot, so that's part of the problem why this car is so dusty. And I have recently actually been using the sunroof. I just haven't done it in a while, so I forgot. So yeah, carbon fiber throughout here, all along here as well, and then even in the back. So the problem with the carbon fiber though is it does crack. So like, I don't know if you can see that, but that's cracked right there. It's cracked right here, just a few places. It's cracked over here. They were all like this when we bought the car. And honestly, I mean, this is a manual 997 turbo with moderately low mileage. So we weren't gonna argue that, you know, oh, the carbon fiber's cracked. Like, who cares? I don't care. And hopefully whoever has this car next won't care too much either. I think it just gives it a little bit of character as long as it doesn't cut you. So you have seat memory here. Open the front and the trunk. You have I think they're 14-way adjustable seats. Lumbar support as well, and these are the sport seats with the Porsche crest, so they do lock you in. Like I said, this car has everything. It's crazy. I'm excited to finally show people it, because I usually just talk about the 996, and everyone really cares about this car. So I hope I'm doing it justice by telling you about it. It does come with the Porsche floor mats, but we live in Colorado, and we, like I said, we drive this thing winter and summer, so so it does, we do use the all-weather floor mats just to protect the car. Has the newer style, the ones that are still used today, cup holders. So you got your two fancy cup holders right here. So fancy, you know. All right, so this is the infotainment. It's so old school. What I do is I have a little FM player, and I just plug it into my cigarette lighter, and it uses Bluetooth, and then I can listen to my phone and charge my phone. I don't listen to the radio or anything. I honestly don't really know how to work this thing, because I just always use my phone. But it does have Bose, and it works great. It also does have nav. So here are the fun buttons. So you have your sport suspension. So if this is the overboost button, the sport chrono button. If you press this, it'll turn all of these on. So I don't know if you could hear that, but it just changed the engine note. I'm gonna turn it off. And then yeah, we've put almost 5,500 miles on it. We took it on like a 500-mile road trip, and it did amazing in the winter, in the middle of snow with snowboards on top. We used the sea-sucker racks, and it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. So let me just tell you, I'm gonna use my cheat sheet here and tell you what this car has, because I listed it all out. And pretty sunroof, so pretty. I forgot already. All right, so this has like old school style steering. It's one of my favorite things about older Porsches. Well, even newer Porsches are amazing. But like rack and pinion steering. It has automatic climate control. It has a security alarm. The variable, oh my gosh, I can't even read my own handwriting. It has the variable valve timing. ABS, which is still like not new at this point, but like still kind of new in cars. Side airbags, front airbags, so a lot of safety features. Memory seats, power heated mirrors. Has a front apron. I'm almost embarrassed to show you because I scraped the front lip spoiler the other day. You can buy these for like 70 bucks and just replace it. They just pop off and you can put it right back on. It's no big deal. But I have a pretty steep driveway and this thing scrapes a little bit. Just this front lip though. So what else? Full leather, PSM, PASM, tire pressure monitoring. Ooh, I love the tire pressure monitoring. That's one of my favorite things about this. A modern 911 coming from the 996. I hate not knowing my tire pressures, especially if I'm doing some like really hard driving. That'll warm up the tires. This one's option with the red brake calipers. So you can get these with the PCCBs, the Porsche carbon ceramics, and those are yellow. Variable turbine geometry, I think I told you about that. Rain sensing wipers, that's another thing I couldn't believe this thing had. I was driving it in the rain the other day, and the wipers, not only did they come on, but then they like came on and like changed speeds with the rain. It was so cool. Even I've had like newer cars that don't do that, like a lot newer, like BMWs that don't do that, so it's very cool. Bose, And then the turbo, these are like the famous turbo wheels for the 997. So I'm sorry, she's so dirty right now, but beautiful car. We did get it paint corrected, and so we got it paint corrected, PPF. You can probably see the line from where the dirt is. I have not cleaned this thing, so I'm sorry. PPF up front, filled some rock chips, which in certain lights you can see where the chips were, but it's all black now. You just kind of see it from where the PPF is over it, so it kind of accentuates like the changes in the light. And then it's also ceramic coated, so you can see some bug guts. Definitely have had some fun driving this thing recently. And then it's got rock guards, all of them. I think all of them have rock guards. And then how many turbos do you see that dirty though, huh? Yeah. Okay, so I gotta go clean this thing, but it's a beautiful car. The reason why I love this car so much is because it has all the comforts of a turbo, you know, all the luxury that you kind of expect from a turbo, but with it being a 2007, it's still kind of raw. It's not as raw as the 996, but it's very analog feeling. It's very responsive. The steering is just so good. The way the gates feel when you change gears, they're just so crisp. But it's also easy to drive. The clutch is light, the flywheel's pretty light, so it's much easier to drive than the 996. And then it's really beautiful. I mean, this is like the prettiest, still I think one of the most beautiful cars, I don't know, ever made. So I feel very fortunate to own it and to get to drive it for fun. And you know, we dailied this thing for 3 months during the winter, which was crazy. We had 2 911s and 2 dogs, and we went on ski trips and camping and all sorts of stuff, and we did it with these cars. So a little ridiculous, probably not what most turbo owners do with their turbo, but I'm glad we did it. It just makes you appreciate these cars even more. And then I just try to really do my best to take good care of them and be like good stewards and you know, use the car, drive the car, but also keep it nice and well conditioned and pretty for the next person who gets to enjoy this one. The 996 is mine forever, no one gets that one, but this turbo is I think it's gonna make someone very happy someday, just like it's made us happy. So yeah, thanks for watching.